All right, in this quick lesson, I want to show you basically the form of this song. There's some different repeat signs in here, and I just want to make sure that you understand kind of the flow of this sheet music. And so this kind of starts out with a kind of 4-bar intro, and then it goes into a couple of verses. And the first thing that you kind of see here is, where it says verse 1, verse 2, and then there's this kind of thick line, thin line, and 2 dots. All right. What's going to happen is we're going to be repeating back to this particular section. So what you're going to do is you play on through here, and then you see this little bracket and this number 1. And this is what's referred to as a first ending. That means the very first time you're playing through this song, you're actually going to be playing these 4 measures right here, and only the first time. And then you see this kind of repeat sign, this thick line, thin line, and 2 dots. And what that means is that you're going to be going back to where we first saw this repeat sign facing the other direction. All right, so you're playing this line, and then repeating on back to where you saw that first repeat sign here. All right, and then the second verse is exactly like the first one. So you're playing this line, but this time you are not going to play this line. All right, instead you're going to be jumping to where you see this bracket with a number 2, and this is what's referred to as a second ending. So the second time through, you're going to be playing this line and then coming down to the second ending and then continuing on from there. So then after the second ending, we go on, we play through the pre-chorus here, all right, and then on to the chorus, and then right here you see this 2 coda. All right, keep that in mind. We don't do anything the very first time through, but later on we're going to be repeating, and this is going to be important, so you kind of ignore that the first time. All right, so we're playing on through, then we're going on to the third verse, and then you see this kind of written above this last measure. It says DS al coda. DS is kind of short for an Italian term called dal signo. And what that means is that you're going to jump back to a place in the music where you see this kind of sign. Sometimes I refer to it as DS as go back to the sign. And you know, where was the sign in the music? It was right here. And we that was the pre-chorus. And so what happens is after you play verse 3, you're going to jump back to this sign and you're going to be going back to the pre-chorus. All right? And so then you're going to be going through, the pre-chorus and starting the chorus again. And then that place where we saw 2 coda. A coda is an ending. And so at the very point where you finish, this part right here, these measures right here, you do not play this again. Instead, what's going to happen is that you're going to, at that point, jump to where you see this. That symbol right there means coda, and coda is just an ending. And so what happens is you jump to this point, and then we finally finish out the song. All right, so kind of just briefly going through the form again. So we're just playing along here. We've got verse 1, first ending. Then we jump back, all right, to the start again. And we play through this part for verse 2. You don't play this, but instead take the second ending. All right, you play through the second ending. We see right here this sign. We got to remember that because we're going to be coming back and repeating back to that particular section. All right, but we go ahead and play on through the pre-chorus, the chorus, then we're on down to verse 3 here on the next page. All right, and then we see this DS al coda. That means go back to the sign, that funny looking sign. And where was that? That was at the pre-chorus. All right, so you jump back and we're going to be playing the pre-chorus again. So we play the pre-chorus, we play the chorus, and then we only get through the first 6 measures of the chorus, and then you see this 2 coda sign. All right, that means that you will not be playing these 2 measures, but instead we're going to be jumping to the coda. And the coda is the ending, and that is at the very end here where you see this symbol right here. All right, and that is a coda. All right, and then we go ahead and finish out the song by playing those measures there. All right, that kind of just gives you an idea of how to go through the form of this sheet music.